Hi, and welcome to Sister Strong, a podcast and video series about possibility. I am your host, Betsy Wiersma. We created this podcast and video series to give you ideas and insights and tools and connections to amazing women that could help you on your journey. We stand together sister strong. So try on these ideas and see if they're part of your possible, and they can be great things for you to have in your toolbox. Today, one of my best friends on the entire earth, the amazing Cathy Hawk, is on the show. Cathy, welcome to Sister Strong.
Hi, Betsy. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, Cathy she could be talking for hours, and you can listen to her other Boost Power podcast to learn her real backstory. But Cathy, as the creator of Clarity International, really has a toolbox of all kinds of things that we can do every single day to manage and work with our energy. And our energy is so important, not only every day, but especially in times of great stress, turmoil, change, whatever you want to call this crazy thing called the coronavirus and social distancing and everything that wasn't on either of our vision boards, because I saw both of our vision boards. So Cathy, tell everybody a little bit about you, and then we're going to go into some tips.
All right. Well, a quick thumbnail background is I'm about to be 74 years old. So what that tells you is that I've had a lot of experience along the trail here called the journey of life. And I started back in my early 20s as a dental hygienist. And I loved my career. I wanted to be a dentist, but you got the date. They didn't accept women into dental school. So I had a great career and I loved that. And simultaneously with learning a lot about health and physiology, I also owned a huge property that had a massive, beautiful gardens on it. So how do teeth and gardens go together? Well, I learned a lot about health and healthy. I learned along the way that you could have the right plant in the wrong place and it wouldn't survive. So how did that segue into being a coach? Well, when coaching was a brand new profession and I was one of the pioneers in it, I was very, very curious about helping people find their passion. That's actually, I was looking for mine for a second career. And I was able to study in the early years with the beginning pioneer coaching. So I formed my own company, and I took that principle of right plant, wrong place right into my coaching, and help people understand what their inner knowing was, their right place, so to speak, and be able to turn that into what it is they wanted to create. So along the way, I realized I needed tools because it was an early profession. There were no tools. I'm a system thinker, so I created tools, and they have been there for people, usable, loved, beloved tools for 25 years.
Wow, and people are like, wow, how could you have all that in this lifetime and look that good and claim that you're in your 70s when we really know you're probably in your 40s because you look so good.
Well, let me get a little closer.
Just saying. It's all that bright energy. And what I'm so interested in and curious about because of studying so much with you, but tell people about the role of energy, because what clarity does that I don't think many coaching practices do is really talk about life as a journey map, and a river that you're flowing through with different times and places that really coincide with different things that are happening in your business and in your life. And then your specialty is the role of people really understanding the operating system, the human operating system, and then the role of energy. So just give them a quick energy 101, and then we'll get into some kind of tactics that you've learned from coaching on this journey.
Yeah, well, in essence, the only reason we're alive is because we have human energy. And it's so simple and foundational, we don't think about it a lot. I was able to coin a term for that expression of energy called lights on. And I think when I say that, you all know exactly what I mean. The dark side of that is lights off. So that's human energy. It's how it shows up in the body. And that's where my background in dental hygiene was so helpful, because I had this huge physiological background. So to one, what lights me up? That's the essential question. It is the one that all of us and everyone listening should be answering every single day, because there is a lot of lights off information and situations in our culture, in the world right now, that no matter what, you must be sourcing your own lights on energy. So that's step one. And in the middle of a crisis, it's easy to forget that. It really truly is. And even if I'm stuck at home, and well, I'm sure you all are, what is it when I'm home that I can do that creates energy? So lights on energy makes you healthy. It boosts your immune system. It allows you to operate in what we would call an endorphin state versus an adrenaline state, which is what lights off is, and that is not healthy. We all kind of intuitively know that, but the tool is asking yourself the right question. And that's what lights me up, or what can I do versus what I can't do right now. Because there are a lot of things that we're being restricted. And there are a lot of things that we're not. So tool one, that's it. What lights me up? The second tool is, how do I think about that? Once I answer that question, how am I going to hold on to the answer with all of the distraction going on? And I say, turn off the news feeds, everybody. That's a whole nother narrative that is not helpful. So the second is, how do I adjust my thoughts to something that's positive and that will create lights on? And then the third tool, and that's the river. And I love the map that I was able to draw of the river. And so imagine that you, listeners, are in the river. You're in a boat, and the boat is secure because you know what lights you up. There's no leaking holes in it. So you're in this boat. You're going down a river. You're going to counter the swirls of called eddies. You're going to go over and under bridges. You are going, and bridges in your life are the times when you need to move to something new. You're going to go fast. There are going to be accelerated times. There are going to be slow times. There are going to be times when you have to trust everything that you've done and let the river or the flow pattern carry you. And I think right now, maybe the best tool for all of us is to trust ourselves, to make the right choices, to stay lights on. And that feeds our body with that beautiful glow that is so radiant.
Well, I have fun because I keep by my desk the river map. So for those of you that are watching in the video, now I'm speaking over, you can see this. This is what was Cathy referring to as the Clarity River. And they have so many tools at getclarity.com that are now available in a digital format for all of us to go on the Clarity journey. This is the journey map. And there's Cathy and her husband and partner, Gary, right there in the back. So Cathy, tell us now how now I have time on my hands. I have no more excuses, no excuses that I can't do personal and professional development. How do people access the world of clarity online during this time?
Well, the best way is to go to getclarity.com, and you'll be directed there. And because actually this is the truth, I didn't design the link and I don't actually know where it is. So I know it's on our website, but that's the good way to do that. And so getclarity.com. And the thing that I want you all to hold is, we have been given a gift in time. Whether we wanted the gift or not, we've got it. We might not have thought we needed it, we have it. So it's what is, it's the truth, is this is what we have. So how about if we say to ourselves, wow, this is a time for me to gather clues. I now have 360-degree awareness of, because there's quiet in my world. The distractions have been taken away. I'm not running to do errands or fussing with this and that. So how do you use this gift really well? And go to getclarity.com, and the majority of the tools are right there for you. And they are now in digital downloadable format. So anyway, so really think of the blessing in this time, and make what I call a vision of, because you're right, this wasn't on my vision map, but make a vision for when this is over, and it will be over. what is it would you like to have said that you gifted yourself? Was it more time to exercise, more time to read a book that you didn't want, more time to go to get clarity and learn about clarity, more time to Zoom in with your family and your friends, and more time. Time is a gift. So, so I say,
Yes, well, that is one of the great things to think about today is what lights us up, and that we are in a river, we're in a boat, we do not have control of the river. We don't have control, period. And I think that is so weird for many of us that are business owners, entrepreneurs. We're used to being in control. We're drivers. We're the ones driving the bus. We are driving the boat on the river. And we realize we have no control. We have no control about what the government's going to do. We have no control about how the virus will act or not act. And all we have is our own self and how we respond instead of react to this opportunity to slow down. So I wanted to play a quick little game with you because I think this will illustrate lights on. So we're going to go back and forth and say things that are lights on for us. Okay, because I want people to get what lights are. If you're watching on the video, you're going to see how this will bring joy to us talking about what lights us up. And if you're listening on the podcast, you just might hear it in our voices. So I will start. What lights me up and brings me joy is more time to do art. Okay, you're next.
what lights me up is we just moved, hence you see I haven't gotten my artwork hung up yet. But we moved to a place that I've wanted to live for a long time, which has in it, Bets, I just found this out yesterday, I am a gardener, and I just found out that it has, I've been given a whole new plot that I get to garden myself. So,
So what lights me up is that very soon I will be planting my dahlias that Cathy and I have planned and loved alongside of my peony garden. We have planned and loved for many, many years, and it's almost dahlia planting season. And then everyone will suffer with my Facebook Lives watching the dahlias grow from bulb to happy flower. So that really lights me up. Okay, you get another one.
I get lights on because I have moved close to my 14-month-old grandson, and he just makes me laugh that because I can't like hug him and all that stuff now. I get a video every night of him, and also I have twin granddaughters in Denver, and because what lights me up is that we have the technology now where I can see them. And I tell you, I laugh so hard at all of their antics and what they're up to, and that really lights me up.
And what lights me up is that the Camp Experience Network has been preparing for this, whether we didn't know it even that we were ready. So in 2018, I had Camp Connections online on Zoom, and I had a few people participate, and people thought, oh, how dumb to have meetings on Zoom. And then in 2018 and 19, I was blessed to interview 250 women on 3 continents, many of them on Zoom before anybody even knew what Zoom was. And I think that that really prepared me as a leader and our organization to serve really, really big. So I'm very lights on about that.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
get one more.
And my one is actually on the same vein on the business channel, is in 2018 also, again, not knowing really how much it was preparing for the future. We had our entire Get Clarity Code course videoed, and to be prepared again to be online. And it turns out that it was an intuitive, just like you with the camp and the Zoom bits. It's like really understanding to when you get called or get an inkling, an inner voice to do something, to go ahead and do it. And sometimes we don't know why we're doing it in the moment, but what lights me up is being prepared right now for the world that we're living in, which will still be lights on and loving and kind and connected.
Well, and I think it's such a blessing. Just again, I would highlight, go to getclarity.com, search for the buttons to get any of their information. Either if you're a good old school, I want to read a book, there's the Clarity series of books. Very many things targeted to either working in your business, working in relationships, working with sales. There's classes called Shift to Above the Line Thinking. So many tools, and so many of them are available in hardcover copy, but the big news is they're all available online, ready to serve you anywhere in the world, anytime in the world. So you get to experience the fantastic work of Cathy Hawk and her life partner and partner, Gary Hawk. Cathy, please tell everyone how to get a hold of you.
Well, of course, getclarity.com. And in there, but you, for all of your listeners, you may call me. And I know a lot of coaches don't do that. And, I've got a lot of calls stacked up, but I will get back to you or email me. So the best way is Cathy Hawk, CathyHawk at getclarity.com, or I will give you my phone number, which is 303-328-5531. And I would love to hear from any of you and answer any of your questions. So that'd be wonderful. And Betsy, I love you, and I love the work you do in the world. And my gosh, the biggest lights on gift for me was being living right around the corner from you for 13 years. And
Well, we're just going to have to keep that going. And I love Bellingham, and it's a great place to hang out in Bellingham, Washington. So as soon as this darn government lets us out, I may be escaping with a small suitcase to figure out where I can live in your new, beautiful new condo. So thank you all for listening to Sister Strong, a podcast and video series all about possibility. You could really see that in our guest today, who went from dental hygienist to extraordinary coach before there was ever such thing as a women coach, invented her own philosophy called Get Clarity, and Clarity International has served 3,000, 4,000 CEOs and regular old people like me all over the world to help us find our light and energy and be our light in the world, to help us navigate the river, get through those eddies and head to the whoosh, which is all of our goal. So if all that stuff sounds interesting to you, go to getclarity.com and you'll get a little clarity, because that's what this is all about. Please share our helpful messages, our uplifting energy, our ideas, and the connections to amazing women like my Cathy Hawk with others who are interested in connecting on this level. We are standing sisters strong for you, for health and happiness. This is your host, Betsy Wiersma.